This looks like a big deal. This isn't like a little tram. This is a big deal.
We're Chris and Melissa. Back in 2020, we left our empty nest to travel and rediscover ourselves by taking on new challenges and following our curiosity. I've booked a ride to the Mount San Jacinto Mountain Station in Palm Springs, California. Elevation, 8,516 feet.
Hey, hon.
Yes.
You've made some big plans for today, haven't you?
Yes, we are going to go on the Palm Springs Aerial Tramway. I hear it's fantastic. One friend has said, oh, you should check it out. I've never been and I've always wanted to. Another friend said, oh, we've been there. It's amazing. You're gonna love it. Make sure you bring a jacket and make time to hike.
Is it like go up really, really high?
6,000 feet.
Are you gonna be able to handle going up a tramway and going up that high? Aren't you gonna like freak out?
When we were in Paris, we were supposed to go up to the very tippy top of the Eiffel Tower, and I chickened out. In Vancouver, we hiked up the Grouse Grind and rode a tramway down. I don't know how high that was, but it was a little intimidating and I was fine. I think that I'm at a point where the regret of not doing it outweighs the nervousness of doing it.
Okay, so you think you're not gonna panic or freak out? You're just gonna enjoy it.
I think I'm going to take some deep breaths and I'm going to enjoy it.
I'm excited, so we should get going.
All right, let's go.
Just to be clear, I'm kind of freaked out myself. This is scarier than I thought. Melissa's a toughie. I knew I had a fear of heights, but
A warning that said to turn off our air conditioning because of the steep grade. I don't know that with our type of vehicle it's necessary, but we did it.
good job, and good job. Way to follow instructions. All right, we're in parking lot A. We're getting closer.
Yes.
So I did a little research. I actually looked things up. This tramway goes up about 6,000 feet, and up at the top there are 2 restaurants, a cocktail bar, and tons of trails, like 50 miles of trail.
And I booked reservations for one of the restaurants. I think it will be delightful. I hope so. And right now we're at 2,643, I think.
Yeah, so that's
Something
gonna,
like that.
so we're gonna go up to 8,600 something then, roughly.
Yeah.
Ooh. So the history of this, some dude named Francis Cocker thought of the idea way back in the mid 1930s. He was like, oh, it's so hot down here in Palm Springs. Look at the snow up in the mountains. Gotta be great if I could just take a tram up there and cool down. So it took like about 30 years before they actually built the tram. Supposedly it was built with private funds, so they raised the money to build it, no taxes or anything like that. So that's kind of cool. And there's been over 20 million people that have gone up this tram over the years.
Yeah, I have a little update. My palms have been kind of sweaty.
Oh, your palms have been sweaty? Go ahead, just wipe them on my arm. That's fine. This looks like a big deal. This isn't like a little tram. This is a big deal.
Chris, do you think you'll be warm enough?
Here's the deal, honey. It changes like 40 degrees. 30 to 40 degrees cooler down there. So it's 75 degrees right here. So yeah, do the math. It's gonna get cold. It could be like 40, 42 degrees, 46 degrees, something like that. So I have a sweatshirt, I have a jacket. I'm from Minnesota, so I should be able to handle it. Are you gonna be warm enough?
Well, I was able to get to my jean jacket and a sweatshirt. So I'm hoping.
I don't know if that's gonna be gonna keep you warm enough, honey.
It might not, but the suitcase with all my super warm stuff I couldn't see. So
They just called the 10:45 tram. We have the 11 o'clock tram, so 15 minutes to launch. Let's go.
I don't think they launch.
Let's go. No, they launch. There's like rocket boosters and stuff. I've stared at that thing for like 2 minutes. It hasn't moved. I have a feeling it's not even real. What do you think? You think it's a statue?
A statue.
Or a very still ram?
Hey, we're getting to leaf peep.
What?
Leaf peeping.
Leaf peeping?
Yeah, there's like fall leaves on
Oh,
December 1st.
what? I've never heard of that. See that yellow thing way behind me on that big tower back there? See that?
Like on the White Tower?
Yeah.
I think it just looks yellow.
Yeah, well, okay. Do you see the thing that looks yellow on the tower up there?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a helicopter pad. So all but the bottom tower has helicopter pads on top, and it was helicopters is how they built this tram system. 4 of the 5 towers were actually built by helicopters hauling up equipment and people. So yes, helicopters land on top of that little square up there, and then they do maintenance and stuff like that.
From where I'm standing and looking at that, it looks like it might let me and you stand up there. It does not look like it would allow a helicopter to land on it.
It's far away. So like there were like 23,000 missions that they did of taking helicopters up to bring all the equipment and people and stuff. 23,000 missions.
That's amazing.
That is. So honey, how long does it take to go up?
10 to 15 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's like 10 minutes. So it moves pretty fast.
Yeah.
We will be passing over 5 towers. There's a bit of a sway for each tower.
8,516 feet above sea level. We'll travel over 2.5 miles of cable. Rise well over the wild pleasure verdict. And all moving parts and cables are Swiss made. The towers are American made.
Oh my gosh. That was quite intense.
I was not prepared for this way, were you?
No, it was scarier than I thought it was going to be. It was way scarier than a tram ride in Canada.
The shaking from the 4th to 5th one was like,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, taking the tramway, it sways and it sways like, oh my gosh.
Although I think we're being a bit dramatic. It felt completely safe overall.
Yeah.
I did, like, I was like, you know how I am about my balance. I think I'm a great, I have great center of gravity balance. I needed to hold on quick.
Yeah. I'm glad I was filming because it didn't make me think about how high up we were. But, and just like looking at those helicopter pads, like thinking about a helicopter pilot landing on that, oh my gosh. Or people getting out and working from there. That was definitely a thumb up a bump. Oh my gosh.
Yes, a thumb up a bump. I have one more thing I'd like to say.
Oh,
though.
hey, say something else.
I am feeling a lot of gratitude for the young girl, maybe 3-4 years old, who was just like, wow. I was like, okay, hold on to that spirit of amazement. Hold on to that spirit of amazement. If a 4-year-old can handle this, I can.
When we left, it was the desert. Now I feel like we're in the mountains of Colorado or even Canada.
The gentleman driving the SkyTram said it was like taking a road trip from Mexico to Alaska.
Yeah. And we just did in like 10 minutes. So we're at the Peak Restaurant. We're Melissa ordered a drink and she spilled it all over herself. And it's not like it's the 8th drink she ordered, it's the first one.
It's red.
We thought we better have a drink to settle our nerves. Not that we use it as a vice, but so have you tried yours yet?
It's delicious.
It's delicious, okay.
Decided I better go ahead and have one. I'm so excited.
Oh, that's mine. Hey, you're on bite number 2. I haven't even had bite number 1.
Oh, you'll catch up.
Gosh. This is how you eat cheesecake. When you take a tram up to the top of a mountain, cheesecake is delicious. Okay, that was a delicious meal. Go to the Peaks restaurant, great views, delicious food, great service. Most of all, what was the coolest thing that we couldn't believe besides the view is the music.
And the food and everything. But yes, the
music.
soundtrack, it was all of these wonderful 80s songs. It's a Duran Duran playlist on Pandora,
Yes.
I guess.
It made a perfect meal even more perfect. Is there something more than perfect? Because we just experienced it.
It was like perfectly perfect.
So we already mentioned that there's 50 miles of trails up here. So we had a nice tasty meal. We had dessert. So we thought we'd better go for a hike.
Work a little of it off.
Yeah, so
And I don't feel guilty about eating dessert at all, even if we weren't going to hike.
no.
I made it up that tram.
I think the amount of shaking and nervousness, and we just ate up calories right there. It is so weird, the trees. We're only like a mile up and it's like a whole new world.
It's like Canada.
It's like Canada. I'm getting Canada fever.
Me too.
While in Southern California. Who knew? Hey Melissa, here's a rock. Good job, honey. That's a big rock and you just showed it how big it was. We decided to do the nature trail loop. It's about 0.75 miles.
So we don't have our hiking boots on, we don't have bear bells, we don't have any of our usual equipment.
Not hiking shoes
No, not hiking grade.
at all. It's
There's a pine cone just moving. That's so cute. I'm sorry. I'm amazed by little things.
Do you guys know what it's like doing a channel with this gal?
Delightful.
Yes, very. It was 75 degrees when we were at the Valley Station. It feels super nice up here. It's like perfect hiking weather. I don't think it's 40 degrees cooler up here at this
I
time.
feel like it's in the 50s right
Yeah,
now.
that'd be my guess. It's nice. We have certainly been on more strenuous hikes.
Yeah.
We've been on some beautiful hikes. This isn't a strenuous hike. It's a beautiful hike. And the thing I'm noticing right now is the smell. It so smells good. So just come up here just for the smell of it.
This has been absolutely top-notch, thumb-up-a-bum fun.
Oh, it's got to be one of our top thumb-up-a-bums.
And to keep up with all of our adventures, because maybe we'll top this, check out our videos over here.